trying to attract and retain good team members is just getting harder and harder and harder as the years goes on.
Just some insights that I've got, and
Yeah,
I wish I could say I'm a rock star of this. Like I will say the last few hires we've had have all been really good, but we made a lot of mistakes too. Like I've hired people that were just like, I liked them and they were the wrong person for the role. Like part of it is I've coached a lot of competitive teams. I coached high school baseball, helped coach my own travel ball team. I think about team building a lot like building a baseball team. The first year that I started my travel ball team was kind of an accident. Like the league we're going to play in canceled, so I had to scramble and pull a team together, and then it became this kind of bad news bear program. As anyone who could play or who wanted to was on the team. But what I needed to do to build a competitive team that attracted players was we needed to work through the team members that weren't that great, and I developed them. I invested a lot of time to develop the people that weren't on par. And then the people that I worked really hard with and they just couldn't get it, they selected themselves out. Actually, they didn't want to play against. They could see they weren't going to be at the level they needed to be. In business, it's very much the same. Like if you invest heavily, let's say a young salesperson, and you're training them, you're doing ride-alongs, that you have them shadow you and see how you do things, and then but they've got clear KPIs and clear objectives, and they can see that even with your energy and coaching and systems and processes and everything they need to help them be successful, they're a bad fit. Those are some of the easiest conversations I've ever had that when somebody needed to part a team, because I've even had people say, Dave, you probably should have had me go about 90 days ago or 60 days ago. That's my mistake as a leader. But they knew very clearly, and I didn't have to kick them out the door. And frankly, I keep in touch with most of them. Like, so they're still my friends, but they just don't work for me anymore because they weren't the right player for that role on the bus, right?
Yeah.
Not everyone plays shortstop. I need a catcher and a first baseman too. So that's kind of how I like to approach team building. But if you build that team, back to the baseball team, like second year, we got a lot better. We actually had over 50% team that year, and we had a lot of success and fun. And then that attracted more players. So part of it is leveling up who you got, because when you start and you're scrambling and it's startup mode, like man, you just pray you can get anyone to trust you enough to work with you. But then once you start to build and groom and develop that team, then it starts to become more attractive to other people, and then you can attract talent. The last few people we've brought onto the team, they're in industry, they're talented people, they're really capable. I'm really proud of them, and those hires came from us having a culture and a company that became attractive to the industry.